Hello, we're back here, and once again we have Sprinkles, the unicorn, devourer of souls. Yeah. Today we're coming back. I believe we're in the sewers, or we just exited the sewers. So I'm not sure where we are right now. Maybe the torture chamber or something. Levers. Oil. Nice.
9th of August, 1839. I can't stop sweating and shaking. The warding ritual was not something of a sane mind.
Sounds like Daniel needs a
I
shower.
did not even
or something.
realize the dungeon was still in use. Alexander had his servants bring one of the prisoners, a murderer, he told me.
A murderer.
Alexander made all the arrangements, but he said I had to perform the ritual in order to have the right effect. The shadow could be led astray by the blood of another. Killing the man would provide us precious time. What else could I do? Alexander said it had to be done. He is saving my life. I don't have the luxury of argument.
Maybe Alexander is just a douchebag. That's a very possible situation. The rock. Please don't be a monster behind the door. Thank you. And we have lots of oil. Ooh, spooky stairs. Very, very spooky. Barrel. Yeah. Let's make a tower. Let's see. Just in case the monster comes. He can't get past my tower. Barrels. Here's a staircase. Perfect. Tetris. Yes. Yes, I bet you can't do that. Probably a waste of oil right now, but it's okay. Oh. Yeah. I'm pretty proud of it. Die. Sorry. Had to do it. What is around here? Peek-a-boo. What? That barrel just like finessed my ankles.
Agrippa, I need you to stay awake. Can you feel the syringe?
No, I can't feel anything. Alexander?
Yes.
Soon
Give me the life
I won't even be able to
I
move,
beg of you.
will I?
Your life is safe.
I don't doubt that.
Hey,
But will
Hammer.
be worth living.
No. This is about the farthest I've ever gotten in this game, so from here on I'm not really sure what we're doing. I've talked to this guy though. Hey,
Sweet.
don't stab me.
Thank you. You have my
Look at his
gratitude.
mouth.
My name is Agrippa.
Ooh, there. That's Agrippa.
Daniel? Like a prophet thrown into the lion's den?
He's got a nice mouth.
Tell me,
How's he talking to me? Through this?
you want to stop Alexander?
I want to stop him, man. I want to stab him in the
So
throat.
Babylon shall fall, you say?
I'm not really talking, my guy. I don't
You
know what
worry
we're
too
doing.
much.
We have
Alexander is toothless without an all.
Where's the order?
That's not very promising at all. The sanctum is basically a
If I
miracle.
unpull it and just like screw you.
It could be breached by another, but Alexander broke his. I mean,
That's so sketchy. Look at this man's eyes. Like, what?
really? Well, if you tell the truth,
What is
by all
wrong with
means,
you, my dude?
seek out the pieces of the broken wall and bend
The
away.
pieces of the
I
broken.
believe he uses them for torture now. They practically leak madness, which is quite useful, I understand. There should be 6 of them. Look around the choir and the transept. You should be able to find them there.
I should find them there. Just a bunch of prison. What's back here? Ooh. The chancel. Brief interruption to the video. In case you're wondering why the camera quality is so poor, it's because we're playing in the dark to try and enhance the scares. Thank you. This is Sprinkles, and f*** off peacefully. Yeah, sorry. Sprinkles. He's trying to take over my videos. Hello? My guy. Oh, hey there, sexy. You're not wearing any underpants, you say? What? Why would you tell me that? I don't need to know that.
Just a little further.
It's like Orpheus descending into the underworld.
Are you hiding something?
What do you mean?
Never mind.
What's back
Your
here?
intuition is remarkable.
I'm not sure I'm following.
It doesn't matter. It's just a myth after all.
Mythbusters.
12th of August, 1839. Banishment ritual is taking longer than expected, and we have to do what is needed. I spend my time helping out the prisoners. Being around these degenerates makes me ill. None of them even tries to face their punishment with any kind of dignity. They taunt me with their lies of innocence and their cowardly pleas of mercy.
What if they are innocent, my
What
guy?
can make a
You
man
shouldn't just
fall
trust
so
Alexander
far
just
from
because his
the
name's
grace of a
Alexander. I mean,
civilized
there's a lot of
existence?
Alexanders that are douchebags
They are
out there, no
all
offense.
wicked men, and
But
I remind myself of it constantly.
you don't know.
Still, I am thankful for God sending these monsters our way, as they will serve as the instruments of my salvation.
Unless
I
they're
try
not
to study
bad.
the different tools in the torture chamber and learn how to use them effectively. Last time was
Okay.
messy, and the effect suffered from my inexperience. When the next warding is to be performed, I shall be ready.
How about you just not torture them and dip so you're not stuck in here? A nice bucket of tar. More booze. Oh, Daniel, you drunk. All you think about is alcohol. Monster, please don't roam here anymore because I don't want to see you. Because you're mean and I'm not trying to die. What's back here? Doing my casual sprint jump. As you can tell, because I'm a Minecrafter. In case you didn't know. Probably remind you a lot of times. The pedestal has a smooth hemispherical depression at the top. What did I just write? It could fit an orb. A heavy door is blocking the path. Orb is needed and a second. Two levers on the top floor are not working. It's probably some problem with the machinery. Okay. Can I use the tar in here or something? Yeah. So that's, I'm guessing, the inner sanctum. Probably nothing else I can do in here yet. I have explored this room before. I never completed it though. I'm just hoping the monster doesn't come out because I saw him go in here before. He shouldn't though. All is lost. I must once again start over. And since I recovered the orb, I've depended on it for my research. What made me most impetuous, fearing a paucity of prisoners. I proceeded with the final ritual without proper foresight. The orb cracked and fell into 6 parts. I've tried everything, but have yet to mend the thing. Unless I can think of a way to piece it together, I'll have to find another. There's still life in the pieces, and even if the orb isn't restored, it might be able to salvage some powers from other purpose. Centuries have passed in vain, and I wonder how I'll ever be able to see my love again. How much can I sustain my life? So this orb has powers, but we gotta cover it somehow. Can I place to meet here? No. Mr. Barrel, please come with me. We can be friends, right? I have a gift for Mr. Agrippa.
Ah, you again.
Yes.
I was my pupil.
There you go.
My pupil. Yes, I do take
Wait,
pride
why is
in
there a
that.
light up here?
Is it so wrong?
Yes. Not gonna lie, I did look that up. I could not figure out where to go. I tried. I was walking around for about 20
Language had not
minutes.
been plundered. Do you know this, I see?
Could not.
I suppose it was plundered. It is an old thing. Building temples out of caverns. The dark
There we go.
Inside are its flowers.
Perfect.
Watching these guys.
I don't know how I was supposed to find that out. I guess I should have looked for the light. And that was the only thing I looked up. I didn't look anything else up. I only looked up what to do to get the gates levers to be able to go up, because after searching around for a while, I was completely lost. I walked from here to the chancel over and over again, searched everything, and just did not realize that was a door. Yes. Perfect.
Daniel, you have gone too far. I have to stop you.
Ah.
I can't let you proceed any
No,
further.
you don't have to stop
I'm
me.
sorry, my friend.
You don't have to do anything. We could be best friends. I'm not gonna kill you anymore, Alexander. I just want a hug. It's been lonely down here. The only guy I met was Agrippa, besides the monsters.
Was there something else?
And I don't think he's gonna give me a hug. He's got a weird jaw.
Good going. I knew you could do it.
Let's see. We're going in here first. I don't know which room this was, but... beautiful. Not scary.
How much more, Baron?
What is
How much
this?
more am I supposed to withstand? Kill me already! Kill me! This one. Prepare him.
I'm very scared of heights. Baron von Dickenshorts, you're so handsome. Tinder box. Rope or string. Oil. A thingy touchy thing. Is it you, my love, I miss the most? Or is it perhaps myself? I know what I've become. I'm not blind. I'm a monster to them, a demonic sultan perched on a dark mountain top. There's little I can do to redeem myself. The Black Eagle fears me, and after Napoleon's defeat, it is only a matter of time before they'll demand my head on a platter. I must remove myself from this rant. This time it must work. If I can't return home now, I shall perish. Quote. There are quite a few things to be said about torture. I had figured that the reaction I would get from the victims would be highly individual. Thankfully, this is not the case. The humans all have a very similar approach to dealing with physical pain and the terror of anticipation. Can't stress enough the importance of restraining the victims before proceeding. Even the most timid creatures can break out in fits of violence where their strength exceeds their expected prowess. If proper care has been put into breaking the victim, this should not be a problem, but it will also hinder the effect I am after. The right steps to take are, therefore, to restrain while the victim is still dazed. Proceed by presenting the form of torture you are about to apply, and then continue with the actual act. The point of presentation is to infuse terror. The human mind is extremely efficient, as it will trigger itself into greater fear simply by imagining it. While applying pain, make sure to avoid massive damage, as will prove more efficient if the process can be sustained. Also, apply the pain in doses, if possible with breaks to let the body settle. If you're whipping or cutting the victim, strike once, wait for the pain to subdue, and strike again. As long as the body suffers, it will continue to produce the vitae and saturate the blood with its properties. Only with careful performance will the victim yield maximum effect. If the victim doesn't behave as expected, it is little that all will be for naught. Before this happens, feed them the amnesia drink and try again later. The amnesia drink, is that what I took? I would doubt that I didn't, because it's called amnesia. So, I don't know what this string is for. Can I go in these doors? Spooky. Very spooky. Torture room. Nice. Ah, piece of orb. The kidnapper sat on her knees with her hands tied behind her back. She felt her hands being lifted and her body followed. Her shoulders gave way to the weight of her own body and cracked loudly. The suspended woman cried hysterically as the men contemplated their next step. Definitely not. Nice. Piece of orb. The rapist hanged upside down, his tears soiled with blood flowing from his body. The saw between his legs had lodged itself in the hip and wouldn't move any further. The men stepped back and waited for the victim to drain. Okay, that's messed up even for a rapist. Piece of orb, piece of orb. Oil. They kind of look like Jawbreakers, or Jolly Ranchers, whatever this fruity candies are called. Very delicious. There's 3 rooms in here, maybe there's 3 in another. Ah, brutes.
The cradle is ready.
Like the big brutes.
You're a man! How can you partake in this?
Is he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
I'm not a bad man! It was an accident!
He set a man on fire.
It wasn't my fault! Why won't anyone listen?
Triangle.
That's horrible.
Of course. We are dealing with monsters here.
No, please! I'll do anything! Whatever you want! Anything! I'll do anything!
Orb. Can I touch? I can touch. The arsonist kept crying as he was slowly lowered in off the on and off the impaler. It didn't take much to break him. They had meant for him to die, but the torture was working beyond their expectations. It wasn't the method, it was the arsonist. He was different from others. They could make him forget again. Please, I explored all 3. Don't kill me on the way out.
That is good to see.
It is good to see you. Let's go get more pieces of orb. What's in here? Touchy thing. In court, the Order of the Black Eagles spewed their politics at each other while I sit quietly in place, willfully forgotten. Once in a while, someone will notice me and lose themselves in a silent cower before regaining their senses. They all know I am the one and the same Alexander who helped their fathers and grandfathers to found this great order. I've seen them take their fathers' places, and they too will grow old and pass away, while I remain the same, aged not by time, but by anguish. Agrippa channels Where taunts me from the other side. I trusted him with my true reason for my efforts, and still he insists on me releasing Agrippa. How an enlightened man can show such lack of compassion in a sea of power disgusts me. I can't bring myself to part from Agrippa, as he is and has been for centuries my only link to the worlds beyond. Ware claims he tries his best to release me from my banishment, but that he needs to give him Agrippa first so that he can too help. If he could guarantee success, I would happily oblige, but how am I to part from him if my return might be denied? I know why they are capable of. I have seen the deception. Optimism is a most hopeless feeling, but I must retain it. I shall prepare for his release. To release Agrippa without killing him, Ware told me to feed him a tonic made from paralyzer, vitae, and sanctum. The poisonous fungi should work as a paralyzer if I can find the internal gland from a large specimen. The choir seems to be a fertile ground for this sort. I should then be able to extract its contents with the proper tools. The vitae could be extracted as usual from any agonized human victim's blood. I just need large amounts to distill it properly. Remember to collect this during the next torture session. The tamper, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists in this world. Simply writing the word with these letters looks wrong. I believe it's a property of the secretion in water-dwelling Carrick. Oh, that's the monster. I will have to dress Ware with this, as he will have to supply me with a host, also properly prepared. Well, it should suffice to contain it. Ah, I am so tired. Sorry if my reading sounds like shit. Dormant chambers. Yeah. War piece? No. Note. Ah.
15th of August, 1839. The
What
blood
is this?
wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my actions. Hurry. No time to spare. You have to kill another.
I don't want to kill
Alexander
him.
produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil. A cold-blooded killer. Hurry. Alexander, you must let me be. I have to concentrate.
Do I have to kill this man?
The man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come.
Alright, I'm not against it. Let's do it. Let's slice him open. Make some sushi. Lies. Lies, fool. You did everything. I will cut you.
Paint the man, cut the lines. Please, the man cries.
Please. Yeah, you're sleeping,
Now
dude.
you sleep.
It's a great nap. Never
I did
happened.
well. One life for another. You hear me, guardian of the orb? I did all this for you. Now, once more, withdraw
My
your
heart.
shadow from my domain.
Okay. I just stabbed a man. It's not cool, Daniel.
Alexander, there isn't much time. I can feel it. We must act swiftly. I will do whatever it takes.
The shadow's coming. Rose petals, nice. Do I have that dagger still? I do not. Ah, man, I'm sorry. Ooh, what's in here?
What are my intentions, Daniel?
Daniel,
Salvation.
no more oil.
It used to be yours.
And there's roaches.
But now you only seek misplaced revenge. How do you justify your violence? Is it for the greater good? Are
Do I
you
have
doing
to-
the world a service?
Escape monsters.
It is you who caused all this pain and death.
I don't even know where I am, man. I'm not trying to cause
When
anything.
you first discovered it, none of this would have happened. It is curiosity in league with your selfishness that is killing us both.
Is this where I came in? No.
The wheel is good for keeping your victim still during the procedure.
I don't want to
They
give
can
him
be
a
bound
wheel.
around the circumference or simply stretched across, tying limbs to the spokes and rim. All tools are by this point useful, and you may administer the torture in any way you like.
Hammer.
But the forte of the wheel is the gaps. When you have decided that the victim shall die,
I got a big
you can
hammer.
smash their limbs with
Mjolnir.
a hammer, making them fold between the frame.
But they'll die. Too quickly, I mean.
No, don't worry. The human body is much more resilient. They can survive for days until they finally succumb.
There's the orb. Can I touch it? Oh, I'm gonna touch it. The murderer's limbs were tied to the spokes of the wheel. They turned the wheel slowly, but with intent, so the rope secured around his leg stretched and cracked the bone. He no longer had the strength to stream. The two men looked at each other knowingly and took a hammer and struck the victim's chest in a final act of mercy. That's not very kind. I don't think that's mercy, striking a man with the chest, in the chest with a hammer, like Thor's. No. What? There's a monster. Can I? Oh, I can cross this. Perfect. Where's the next torture room? Is this it? Yes. Ooh, fungus. Possible to break open. Ah, yes. Poison glands. Cow. The traitor did not know what to think of the brass bowl as he was forced to enter it. Only when the heat of fire began to scorch his skin and cook his flesh did he realize it was to be his tomb. His screams of pain echoed inside the brass chamber and traveled through the complex instrument, which was the bowl's head. Outside, the men could hear the brazen bowl below. That's screwed up. They made him in the bowl just die from heat. There it is, the last torture chamber. And the final piece of the orb. It has to be. Ah. What? The Iron Maiden? The forger stood absolutely still. The casket had been closed, but a faint light made its way inside. A myriad of spikes pointed at him, glittering as they wait for his body to slip just for a moment. His knee jerked, and he felt blood trickle down his leg. In pain, his head fell slightly forward. It took him a while to realize his eye had ruptured and begun to bleed. Ah, that scared me very bad. Oh my gosh. Let's put a bone in there. That's what you get. You get boned for scaring me. Last piece of the orb. Is that it? I see a light. Yes. Perfect. Okay, I feel like something big's gonna happen, and I spent a lot of time playing, even if it wasn't on camera, trying to figure out where to go. But thanks guys for watching. I'll hopefully have the next episode up tomorrow, and Paladin logging off.